Live from New York City, it's the Wendy Williams Show. Today, it's a sizzling start to the week with a supersized dose of juicy hot topics. And Empire star Terrence Howard's legal battle with his ex-wife has taken a nasty turn. Yahoo's Nick Axelrod is here with the inside scoop on the shocking new allegations. Plus, celebrity hair guru Harry Josh shows us how to rock the hottest spring hairstyles of our favorite stars. Now, here's Wendy!
Time for my co-host, my studio audience. Fantastic. You good? I'm doing terrific. Let's get started. It's time for... You know it! Did you have a nice weekend? Terrific, me too. I want to shout out to everybody in Atlantic City that I saw. Shout out to everybody who came to see my Brigada sit-down show Saturday night. Shout out to the Brigada's room service, sumptuous. And a special shout out to Atlantic City's Mayor, Don Guardian. The mayor presented me with a bench, you know, you know how they have the benches on the boardwalk and they're drilled down? So he presented me with a bench, and now all I saw was the plaque. Then they have to put it on the bench, and I asked the mayor, Mayor Don said he's gonna do the right thing. I said, well, if you're gonna put my bench someplace good, please don't put it like at the end of the boardwalk. It's a 4-mile boardwalk, do you know what I mean? Because I do want to, I live in Jersey, I'll come down and check to see if there's gum under the seat. I'll wipe it off and stuff. I said, can you please put it in front of someplace sumptuous to eat? Not a t-shirt shop, and you know, not a taffy shop, but someplace with some good vittles. Like, so anyway, shout out to you, Mayor Don. I'm trusting you that it'll be someplace good, and then I'll come down and see it. Keep clapping for the end of an era. American Idol is over! Truth be told, it's been a struggle for me too. I mean, I think I watched the first season. But my thing about singing competition shows, I'll be very honest with you, coming from radio and being more of a music insider than a participant in purchasing music, I am so cynical to singing. Because there's people who work across the street at the veterinarian hospital who sing better than some of the people that you hear on the radio. You know? And you really can't put a button on it. Is it that you have to sing well and be cute, or you don't have to be cute, but you can just sing well, or you don't have to sing at all? All you have to do is be cute and have daddy in the business? Like, I don't know. So these competition shows with this thing, like, I don't care, because you can put anything on anybody's face and get in some plastic surgery and push them out there on the radio. But anyway, so here's the thing, though. All right. And I love everybody in this picture, right down to Ryan Seacrest, who was the host along with another gentleman. First year, you remember there were two of them. Ryan survived. I love Jen, Harry Connick, I love Keith Urban, but you all can't save a sinking ship. And so next season will be the last season of American Idol! Yes, yes, Lord, yes. The beehives are on the swarm. But aren't they always? Like, you can't say one thing about Beyonce without the Beyhive. Those are her super fans, for those of you who don't know. They're attacking Rita Ora, but look. No, well, you like that? Okay. Sidebar, so I watched 50 Shades of Grey this weekend. Now, I know we gave away the DVDs on Friday's show, but it turns out that it was on demand. So I watched it on Sunday on demand. Now, let me just say, you know, Sunday's Mother's Day. We stayed over at the Brigada, so there was no cooking. I had the room service, and then we zoomed back to Jersey, and then Kevin scattered. Leave me alone. So after a little Sex in the City marathon. Okay. So it's like 3:30 in the afternoon. I pop on the On Demand, and Rita Ora played Christian Grey's sister. She only got about 3 minutes of screen time, but I still think that was a good look for her. You know what I'm saying? This movie is so damn overrated. I have to tell you. Like, that's an hour and a half of my life I will never get back, but because I committed to the movement in the name of womanhood, I've got to watch the second one when it comes out too. Like, but the way it ended so stupid. Are you serious? And also, you know what? I do have a different opinion of Jamie Dornan. Remember last week we were talking about should he do full frontal nudity? They were gonna order him 1.5 million. They don't need to order him nothing. They need to tell him you do the full frontal or get out of the movie. And this is why. This is why. This is why. First of all, I wasn't as attracted to Jamie Dornan as I need to believe I need to be for a weirdo dominatrix. I can't figure out how he even ran his enterprise. All he thought about was sex. Now, I read the book and everything. And also, Dakota, they put that girl out there butt naked, frontal. We saw everything on her, but we see nothing on him. It just comes from a place of being horribly sexist. And I get that, you know, that might be how the book was, but we need some frontal from him. Not because I care, but just because I think that even Steven needs to be even Steven. And again, I say, how difficult is it to seduce a 21-year-old virgin? You know, it's like everything Christian Grey was not impressive. Like, if this girl had been around the block a bit, you know, then you have to really work to impress an experienced woman. But you don't have to work that hard to impress a girl. Anyway, 50 Shades of Now. Anyway, back to Rita Ora and the Beyhive. So, look. Pictures have surfaced of Rita Ora hugging Jay-Z from behind. Now see, a hug is not just a hug, everybody. I venture to say a hug from behind is way more intimate than a hug from the front. Because even as a married woman, you know you can go up and give a man a hug and give him a kiss on 2 cheeks and your husband's standing right there, but you know to create separation. Don't linger, don't stare him in the eye too much, whatever. But a hug from the back, me and Suzanne both agreed. I agree. Absolutely. Like, that is and she's all short, so she's up in his neck breath.
Yeah.
And grabbing him.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so this was after the Met Ball. Clap if you think that a back hug is too intimate. And I don't, you know, I give young people a pass for a few things, but I don't give you all a pass when it comes to certain things like flirty, because you all are out there doing the most, okay? You know exactly, Rita Ora knew exactly what she was doing, and it apparently pissed the Beyhive off. I'm sure, you know, Beyonce might stay peeved because women come around him and they don't know how to act, and as opposed to swatting them, you know, like he should have taken her face and threw it over, you know what I'm saying? Like stop. That's what, like when you're married, you have to have your SWAT game up. Don't you? You gotta SWAT. Anyway, Beyhive, calm down. Although you do have the right to be on the swarm. Rita Ora, please don't clap back at them. You know they will sting you. All right. Lindsay Lohan's jail time. Have you heard about this? Well, the update is that she's coming to Brooklyn. All right. No, well, it's time for a Lindsay update. Hit it. So it was just last week that I was telling you that she's only completed 18 hours of her 115-hour community service obligation. Remember, I was telling you it would be impossible for her to complete it over there because they only allow you to do 4 hours at a time and they're closed on the weekends. But the crime for which she's doing community service for is here in America. So she's leaving London and she's moving to Brooklyn to finish her community service. The only problem is that she still hasn't been spotted here. Now, you know, we are fanning out. We here at the Wendy Show. My Wendy watchers in Brooklyn, please help us fan out. If you see anything, say something at wendyshow.com. So, apparently, in this rehab place, or this Freudian slip, in this, what do you call it? Community service place over in Brooklyn, she'd already apparently started some community service there before she moved to London, which is why she's going back there. And this place is also open 7 days a week, and she's gonna do 6.5 hours a day. So so she might be able to get this community service done. Now, she's known that she was gonna do Brooklyn as of last Thursday, so you would think that she would jump on the Concorde. Is the Concorde still alive? Or something like that, something fast. You would think she would jump on a plane as of like last Thursday and get over here, and today would be her first day of community service. But no, I think that she still needs some jail time, and I think that she's very disrespectful to the law and what's required. You know? As opposed to staying off social media and getting over here and starting community service, she's busy posting beauty tips on Instagram this morning, talking about how auburn hair with the orange shows off your green eyes more. You need to really stay off social media, Lindsay, and you know what? You just need jail time. A little something, something, right? A little something. Maybe like a weekend, Memorial Day weekend, just someplace hardened, you know. Anyway, George Clooney and Amal, there have been rumblings about this marriage being in trouble for quite some time. It's less than a year old. I must say that one of the problems that's come out is that he loves sports, and she hates watching sports. See, why is that not a problem in most of our houses? I take my nail kit and I go in the other room, and I get on my girl TV, and I am fine, honey. Like, really? Like, just because your man is in the house watching sports doesn't mean we have to be up under each other, you know? Anyway, Amal does not like watching sports. She tried to get into some sports earlier in the relationship, but they only dated for a year, remember? So they probably didn't know enough about each other to begin with. There's some people who are older, though, who could marry within a year. I do believe that. We're older, we get more decisive. But I think that for George and Amal, they didn't know each other very well. I think that she fell in love with George, this George right here with the good hair, and he probably smells really good, and he has on a suit, and he's the king of Hollywood, and sophisticated. He's got that Italian villa and whatnot. And I think that he probably fell in love with her scholarliness, her beautiful auburn hair. She looks natural, like she hasn't gotten anything done. And in Hollywood, a lot of times when guys are surrounded by that, they want somebody more natural. And I'm sure she's able to have a terrific political conversation when they go to the White House. And sometimes people talk about him wanting to run for public office. She'd make a good first lady of something or another. So I believe that they fell in love with that side of each other. And she failed to realize that deep inside of George Clooney, I feel it's like 75% of him, based on what I've read and followed through the years, he's a frat boy. And there's nothing wrong with that. He likes to wear basketball shorts and doesn't use deodorant, and probably, in my head on the weekends, probably doesn't wash his hands before going into the refrigerator, right? I'm just saying, sometimes, don't say, ooh. Some of us deal with that, whether it's that we have sons who are trying to say, wash your hands. Why are you touching that? Anyway, he's the type that likes to have his boys over and play basketball out in the back and, use his t-shirt to wipe his forehead, and then he wants to come in for a hug, and she's like, ew. So I don't feel as though they might have known each other too well. And then people and me have been talking about Amal's weight for quite some time, because this right here, okay, the first picture I showed you is the old Amal. Thin, but looks like naturally thin. This right here looks like, this is my opinion, this looks like stressed out Amal. She is rivaling Rancic in this right here. She looks like, she's like normal over here, and so what I've been reading, I don't know whether this is true, but I can kind of believe this. The pressures of being like a first lady to a first gentleman of Hollywood are overwhelming. He's always surrounded by, Hollywood beauties and supermodels and people who, those chicks out there, a lot of them, they out in, how you doing, Beverly Hills? A lot of you all make it a full-time job to battle to see who's the thinnest between the throwing up and the amphetamines and the pushing food around on the plates. I read stuff and I see stuff. I don't know what is going on here, but wow. That's sad. Amal, you need a sandwich. And then one last thing I heard about their marriage, allegedly, she promised him some sort of let's have a baby, let's get started thing, and now that they're married, she's like, no, I'm busy. I'm professing at Columbia. I am busy. So I don't know what's going on, but we are watching this relationship, and I wish them well, but good luck. Amber Rose called herself dropping a bombshell about her ex Kanye West. Well, she says that he doesn't write his own lyrics. I don't know, it's not hard for me to believe anything these days, because I've been covering celebrity behavior for like 30 years, but that's not difficult for me to believe. But then she recanted and said, I don't need to talk after the Crown Royale and whatever she had mixed with it. So she was apparently tipsy and the paparazzi ran up on her. Here's my thing, Amber, dear. Amber, I liked you better when you didn't talk. I mean, and Amber, I don't mean this in a bad way. I mean this in a Wendy way. I mean, you know, I say what I feel, and I'm gonna say this right now. You were a much better look when you said nothing, when you were that mystery woman, gorgeous with that hair. You were way more mysterious then, and now you're just another video vixen, thotty, stripper-y type of... All I'm saying is now that she's speaking, she's like the rest of the... Okay, you said it, not me. Okay? Not necessarily, I mean, yeah, it just so happened to be, that was during the Kanye years. Remember she used to wear some really nice glasses and her body was sick and she wouldn't say anything. She would just hold his arm and everybody, young, old, black, Indian, white, Puerto Rican, we were all like, who is that girl? Who is that? She's beautiful. And then you started talking. That's all. Good morning, Amber. Shout out to all of our friends watching in Europe. You know, oftentimes I feel as though Americans really do need to loosen up and be more like you all in a few ways. Well, like, I don't mind a man in a Speedo. Not my man, but I'm saying, you know, like, you don't go to the Belmar Beach in Belmar, New Jersey in a Speedo, but you do go across over there and wear your Speedo, right? If you are a woman of a particular size and you love yourself, you still don't go to the Atlantic City beach with a bikini, right? Because we as Americans, we don't, I do, but everyone else doesn't seem to allow that. See, me, I say bon vivant, live and let live. Like, when you go to Europe, you could see the fattest lady on the beach. She's got on this little tiny bathing suit. And I don't know about you, but I'm just like, more power to you, sister. I wish we could do that in Jersey. So, I say all that to say, Heidi Klum revealed that her father filmed her while giving birth, it's fly season, while giving birth to all 4 of her children. Now see, this is a European thing. I couldn't exercise this Europe. Like, I would not want my father in there film. Why couldn't you just hire a videographer, like a stranger? I would rather a stranger filming than clap if you wouldn't mind your dad sitting south of the equator with a camera for 4 kids. Clap if you don't mind. Oh. You're nasty. I'm closed-minded to that. But keep clapping, we've got more great show for you, everybody. Listen, I want to share something with you. Something special that we're doing right here on the show through the month of June. We're getting help from our friends at Aaron's and we're giving away a room in June. That's our contest each week. Have you been dreaming of a bedroom makeover, or do you need some new living room furniture, maybe that big 65-inch screen smart TV? Well, if you want a chance to win a room in June, log on to wendyshow.com and tell us why you need to win a room, okay? And you might end up owning it. Yeah.